Santapod is the only drag strip in the world where you'll get to see top-fuel dragsters alongside funny cars. So when you've got two dragsters running side by side, you're looking at 20 times the brake horsepower of a Formula 1 car. This is serious fun and serious racing, but that's not all. This weekend, we'll be meeting Eric Taboul, the fastest man in the world on two wheels. And since he's broken a world record every year since 2003, I think you'll be in for a bit of a treat.
Coming up in today's show, Gemma hitches a ride with an elite Maltese drifting display team and is given a glimpse inside the live action arena. The earth shakes as Team Fire Force show off their very own jet-powered funny car. We get up close and personal with some of the UK's fastest two-wheel dragsters. And when Gemma isn't trackside, she'll be doing some relaxing with a legend. And last, but by no means least, we bring you an in-depth look into the world's most ferocious motorsporting icons.
It's not just about the drag and, of course, the speed. It's also about fun for the entire family. Whether you fancy having a go on quad bikes, seeing a circus act, spinning, sliding or drifting, there's something here for everyone. But before the action begins, let's catch up with CEO of Santapod, Keith Bartlett. Keith, thanks for joining us today, and it's a pleasure to be here with you, of course, at, realistically, the home of European drag racing.
Yeah, Santapod's known as the home of European drag racing. I guess that's really because it's the most established track in Europe, and it's been holding the biggest events for the most number of years, really.
And of course, talking of the spectators, there's plenty of them buzzing around already so early on in the weekend. What can they expect to see the most exciting part of the weekend?
This is a bit of an Easter entertainment event. We tried to turn this as much more as a family event, and you'll have a lot of activities for children here. Not only is there activities on the track, we've got action arenas with monster trucks and show bikes and demonstration bikes and all different types of events we put on, what I would call extreme sports style activities going on. So there's something for the family all day long.
I'm now here next to the front end of an 8,000 brake horsepower top fuel dragster. We see these all the time here at Santapod Raceway. Now the start sequence in drag racing is very, very important indeed. In the middle of the racetrack you see what we call a Christmas tree, which is basically like traffic lights, but drag racing's own version. The top two lights are lit when the driver rolls the wheels into those beams that go across the start line. Now the first beam, when it's broken by the front wheel, the top light comes on. When they move another 6 inches forwards, the second light comes on. Then when both drivers are in exactly the same spot, the starter flicks the switch and they're off. Drag racers are well noted for getting any little advantage on the competition they possibly can. One of the little tricks that they use that isn't often known is these front wheels are actually staggered. The left wheel is about 2 inches in front of the right wheel, so they look a little odd when you look at them standing at the side, but there's a very good reason for it. When the front wheel breaks the beams when they go into stage, they're in full stage, the driver will hit the throttle, but the timer doesn't start on the clock until the back of the other wheel leaves that beam. Also, when they go through the finish line, it's the front of the wheel that breaks the beam at the finish line, so effectively they shorten the racetrack by around about 2 inches. It's not really cheating though, because they've all got the same thing. Not only do top fuel dragsters produce monstrous amounts of horsepower, they take a monster amount of money and spare parts to run as well. After every single pass down the racetrack, the engine comes completely apart. The amount of spares, as you can see, all these cylinder heads lined up, ready to go in a race trailer, do get used over the course of a weekend. Everything comes completely apart, gets checked 100%, and all goes back together again in around about an hour and a half, something like that. It is very, very hard on parts indeed, and nitromethane, the fuel, is so explosive it does actually melt the aluminium in these engines as well. Now, top fuel dragsters use roughly about 18 gallons of fuel, around about 35 pounds per gallon, every single quarter mile run. Just think about that next time you go to Tesco's or wherever you might do to fill up. You think it's expensive there, it's nothing compared to these guys. Also, clutch discs. The clutch gets completely and utterly thrown away after every single pass because it gets melted by the amount of horsepower going through it. Once again, think about that. every time you go and service your car. So these things really are the rock and roll version of motorsport. Everything faster, louder and nastier than everything else. Drag racing is all about going and going as fast as possible. The acceleration is made possible because this car is so long, the weight transfer on the back of it gets maximum traction. There's not many places in the world you can experience 6G on a launch.
Or is there?
Right, earlier on I said that Top Fuel dragsters pull 5G, and I said at the time that there's nothing else in normal life that you could go on that would pull 4G.
Well, surprisingly enough, here at Santa Pod, you can feel that G-force. And myself and Barry are going to give it a go.
Fasten yours. Oh, fasten your seatbelt. Very technical.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire!
That's actually incredible. It gets you right there. I tell you what, how do you breathe when your drag car goes?
That's the first time outside a Top Fuel dragster I've ever encountered a G-force of that magnitude. I'd say that's an impressive little ride. So people should go on that. It's good, really good.
I remember, only here at Santa Pod.
Absolutely.
In drag racing, we have a pretty unique system of stopping our race cars, or braking, if you will. They do have brakes on them, but the primary stopping system are twin parachutes you can see here dangling from the wing, or the rear wing of a Top Fuel dragster. What happens is the driver, when he goes through the finish line, flicks a little switch in the cockpit and they both deploy. Now he slows down, knocks around about 100 miles an hour off in 1 second when both of these chutes deploy at the same time. So it really is a big pull on the driver, and to be honest, it hurts more than going in the first place. But they're a great safety device as well. The car gets out of shape, pull the chutes, and it acts like a pendulum. Actually pulls the car in a straight line as well. So great safety innovation and a real cool way of stopping.
So here I am in my producer's car, one of only 100 remaining. And the best news is, if I break it, it'll be one of 99 remaining because you can no longer buy parts. I'm going to drive a straight line as fast as I can. What can possibly go wrong? Fingers crossed. Four-wheel drive, easy on the clutch, we'll be fine.
James runs the Run What You Brung website here for Santa Pod Raceway, so he's going to give a very short introduction to Gemma on what she should be doing.
I don't know how. What do you want?
Because she's female.
No, is she going flat out or is she just trickling down?
No, she's going to give it her best. Throttle down.
So I go flat
for
out,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Right, you pull through under the tower.
After she had been given strict instructions by James, Darryl, the track commentator, tells her what to really do.
Make sure when you leave the start line you launch in reverse, okay? Yeah, that's
Sound advice, and with absolutely no one watching, she creeps towards the start line.
What am I doing?
Struggling to beat.
Well, I forgot to speak on camera. Too busy concentrating on the 7,000 revs that I was about to hit. But yeah, pretty cool actually. I'd like to have another go at that. Good times, good fun. Nice car actually. Nice, thanks Pete.
Well, that was a pretty impressive run there from Gemma. First time ever on a drag strip. 90 miles an hour at the terminal speed at the top end of the track. But the most amazing thing is a Top Fuel dragster is doing over 90 miles an hour by the time it passes the Christmas tree. And that is real horsepower.
Despite Gemma's best efforts to hold off the rain by burning some rubber, there was a short delay while the track was being dried off. It wasn't long, however, before it was business as usual. Only when the fun and games on track had finished could the real drag racing begin. And who says there's no shame in having a draw? Day 2. Sadly, the track needed drying again, which meant it was time for some breakfast and for Barry to reminisce with an old friend.
Okay, and right, back in 1965, a dragster of this type, are they any quicker now than they used to be then?
They are really, because in those days there were supercharged Chrysler engines running nitromethane, and they used to run about 7.3, 7.4. Eventually they got them down to about 6.9. Yeah. But we're getting these cars running just methanol with no superchargers down to similar times.
The amount of fuel going in there is just absolutely mind-blowing. But that's what you need for the horsepower, and hopefully this car is going to accelerate to 100 miles an hour in less than a second. All depends on how much grip it can get on the track. So there's the second fuel. That, again, overpower the track. Look down on the track there and we can see Ian just walking past what was the tyre marks, and it looks like a caterpillar track. And this is what's called tyre shake. Goes up on the slick, tries to get some grip, can't get any grip, comes back down, goes and gets some more grip, goes down, and it just shakes. And as a driver, there's nothing else you can do other than just pull off the throttle and coast through. Top fuel dragster engine. This, to me, this is the sound. And I hope it comes across on the TV that people can get an idea of how noisy these things are. We haven't got snip TV, so we can't tell them what it smells like. I think it smells beautiful. And we can't tell them how the ground shook when those two cars came past us. And the other thing now, we're going to see something most amazing. We're going to see a top fuel dragster racing against a top fuel funny car.
Amazing!
That was a top fuel car running pretty quick for the conditions. Yeah, that was pretty impressive, yeah. And the most impressive thing is it was a 5-second run, and it was definitely off the throttle by the eighth of a mile. So pretty impressive.
Well, most of the kids we've seen here at Santa Pod are on the banking with their mums and dads, watching the racing and dreaming of the opportunity to get out there. There's two young ladies here that I'm joined by now who are out on track, and at age just 8 and 13. They're doing very well, I have to say. So, Belle, Paige, thank you for joining us, your sisters. And let's talk to Paige first. You're doing extremely well in the drag racing at the moment.
Thank you very much. I hope I am, and I just try my best out there, really.
It's nice to see the passion really shining through with you. And let's talk about your European success.
Yeah, I won the FA European Finals in 2010, and that was my first full year, so that was really good. It was totally unexpected. I just did race by race and just got to the finals and won it.
Amazing stuff. And Belle, you're just 8 years old. Your friends are probably mostly on the swings and slides on the weekends while you're out racing.
Yeah, most of them don't believe me as well, so...
That's a shame. We'll have to drag them along to watch, perhaps, make you a little cheerleading squad. But what made you want to get involved in racing?
Well, I just wanted to watch my sister, and one day I thought I wanted to have a go because it looked so fun.
And how long have you been driving?
Less than a year now.
Fantastic stuff. As a family, I wish you all the very best of luck. Girls, high five. Keep it up, yeah? Fight it out for the girls, and let's see you doing pro driving in a few years' time. Good luck.
Gemma presents the Motors TV. Have you actually seen this team in action before?
I've not seen this particular team in action, but I tell you what, I've seen some drifting and it's pretty mega. I've been up in the helicopters and I've been on the drag strip, but that's ballet on tarmac. That's amazing. Such precision and control. And I tell you what, Pirelli said there's nothing, power is nothing without control, and they meant it. They were right.
You can see why they are the finest precision driving trip on the planet. All the way from Malta. Give it up one more time for Team Maximum Lock.
Now I can see just down over here, standing at the top of the strip, is Mr. Eric Taboul, and we promised big things from him this weekend.
Big things from Eric every weekend, to be honest with you. The bike itself is bonkers, to be brutally honest with you. I know he wouldn't mind me saying that, but it's so cool. It's the figure that always kills me. He's got 7,000 horsepower, and he only uses 1.5, and he just says that like, I just got out of bed and had a cup of tea.
Can you imagine some of the world superbike riders up against Eric?
They wouldn't have a cat in hell's chance, to be honest with you. What would be really cool, though, if they kind of did a bracket race thing where what they do is they get about a 8-second head start and then there it goes. We've done things like that before, and you know what? It's so much fun to watch, to see the hair run down a rabbit. One thing about Eric as well that does tell a lot, he's the only one in the world that does this. Now, is that a good or a bad thing?
It's the evil Knievel of the drag strip.
Precisely that, yeah. There's a reason he's the only person that does it, because no one else in the world is mad enough to do it.
The story is this bike is finished in 2001 for the first practice in French, and after that we make some test run, and after in 2003 I make the first world record on the Hockenheim ring. Since 2003, after Hockenheim, every year I make a new world record.
At the beginning of the show, we promised to bring you world record holder Eric Taboul, and here he is with me right now. I'm honoured to meet you, Eric, and saw you just now at the top of the strip looking down. Are you going to beat another world record today?
No, it's not possible today because it's too cold for make a good reaction with the fuel. So we try to make a better run from yesterday, because yesterday the bike smoked a lot and lose 100 miles on the finish line. If today I can run 5.4 seconds, I'm very happy, because on this condition it's not easy.
Just stand back and be amazed, because this is quite something to see. It really is.
It feels like quite an honour, really, to see something like this. And remember, this man has broken many world records. 10 years in a row he's beaten his own record, year on year.
He breaks his own record, and one of the reasons is that he keeps putting. He's going to count down now. Just hold on, because this is going to be
2, 1.
So what did it wrong?
I'd love to say that I've just seen a rocket fly down a strip, but sadly, due to the fumes and everything here that shoots out the back as he launches, we couldn't see anything at all, but that was quite some run.
It is pretty spectacular, and I mean, what can you say about a guy who lays over a rocket and fires himself down a drag strip? I mean, it's just absolutely amazing, and not for me, thanks.
Not for me either, but I tell you what, I think my 5-year-old's dreams have just come true to see a man launch a rocket, along with many other people, older and younger.
Yeah, like I say, I mean, I'm glad so many people stayed on to watch it, because, not like you said, it's not every day you get to see that. It was pretty good.
Well, if you've ever wondered what it's like to feel the earth move under your feet, can I suggest perhaps you stand close by to one of these as it fires up. And I'm joined now by Horace. Horace, this is an amazing piece of kit.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's roughly around about 10,000 horsepower, which equates to about 5,500 pounds of thrust. It comes from a Sikorsky Sky Crane helicopter, which is massive. Then we fit an afterburner to it, which, you know, basically Martin makes himself, but it's loosely based on a fighter aircraft afterburner, and it does the job for us.
And what sort of speeds are you reaching in this?
Well, the quickest he's ever run at Santa Pod is 336 mile an hour.
Now here's the man that is responsible for lining the car up on the grid and catching up on a few Z's right now. Are you thinking about the next song you're going to sing as you line the car up, Richard?
Yeah, always thinking about that. We just kind of, at the moment, like we've got a new engine in it and we're just kind of freestyling it at the moment. But yeah, but sometimes we have a certain song that we have and we always try to catch each other out, really.
It's incredible as you actually look underneath the bodywork and see how everything's put together and in relation to your jet power, where your driver sits.
Well, the driver actually sits in this little compartment here. As you can see, it's it's very small. Once he's in it, you can hardly notice he actually is in it.
Now, in terms of the engine, what does it run on?
Organic diesel. Just diesel, basically. Yeah, it's diesel.
Well, I've got a little guest with me right now. Benji, what's the best thing about Santa Pod?
Racing.
And what racing do you love the best?
Monster trucks.
And if you fancy having a go in the monster trucks, you can do exactly that right here at Santa Pod. For more information, follow the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Santa Pod Raceway. All details right here on screen, and I'm going to try it right now. I said this wouldn't be scary, but it really is quite scary.
See more Top Fuel drag racing action at Santa Pod's FIA Championship round, June the 1st to the 4th.
You will be terminated.
Read it, see it, live it. Only on Togethia TV.